The original video is linked in the description down below. Enjoy.
Alright then, so in this one, we're going to be highlighting good policing and how the police should interact with members of the public and educating members of the public about your rights. It is a sensitive video, but we will try and keep it as short and sweet as possible. Let's get straight into it.
All right, mate.
You alright?
Yeah,
Can I
yeah.
help you?
Yeah, I'm just coming along the bridge, mate.
Mate, this is going to be sealed off now because we've obviously got an incident going on.
Right.
So I've just asked you to stay back for me, is that alright?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
What's exactly going on, mate?
I can't tell you exactly what's going on, just obviously a bit of an incident at the moment and we're trying to deal with it,
Right.
resolve it peacefully and safely for everybody.
Right,
Alright,
okay.
okay, thank you.
So I do think this officer was nice and polite, didn't try and force any situations what didn't need to be forced. I do like his attitude towards policing. He did stop him before he got too far and realised what's going on himself, but he needs to put up the tape. He has put himself as a cordon there to stop anybody coming up that way, but as I can see, it's a bridge. I wonder if they've done it on the other side, and I can see a path where people are walking up from that side. I wonder if they're going to do it there as well.
You shouldn't be filming without their permission. So put your camera down.
It's public,
Sorry?
You can't be stopped. It's public place.
I am allowed.
It's really disgusting.
I am allowed to film.
Somebody's in pain there, you know,
Obviously-
suffering with mental health, and you're filming it.
I am allowed to film on public property.
You make me sick. Just go away.
I don't think you. I don't think you've got any authority to tell me to stop filming, Duck.
Does this make you, clever or something? You know, somebody's in pain there, you know.
No, I'm not claiming to be anything.
So turn your camera off then and stop being
No,
daft.
no, I won't turn my camera off. You can't tell me to turn the camera off. She obviously doesn't know the
Obviously
law,
there's
does
the
she?
legal side, then there's the moral side as well. So obviously the request would be that there is someone in distress that we're trying to deal with that doesn't need to be splashed all over the internet or anything like that.
No, I'm not. As you can see, I'm not causing them any distress.
Yeah, I
I'm
get
not
that.
going
But
up to
I'm
them.
thinking of later on if it starts getting on the public domain and on the internet and
Yeah.
things, isn't it? So the polite request would be please stop filming. But obviously you're aware legally I cannot ask you. I'm asking you on the moral side of it.
Yeah.
So I'm very glad this officer put this woman in a place straight away and told her is in a public place, he can record whatever he wants. Yes, I understand it as a moral side of this, but this is probably gonna get into the news at some point anyways. And the fact that you can see down there, this is obviously a bridge over a main road. It looks like either a motorway or a busy A road. And as you can see, all the cars are at standstill because that's going to be stopped, which means it's going to be on the radio and probably at the news a little bit later on. So all they have done, all this guy is doing is basically reporting on the situation just before the news gets to it. And this woman coming up shouting the odds is probably not going to help this situation of the person in distress, as now they are probably aware that there's people with cameras there because she's made a big scene about it. Whereas if she just ignored him, went and concentrated on the person in distress, the scene might have been less stressful for her.
Ray?
Right, guys, something going on at this bridge. Mere area, Stoke-on-Trent. We get a lot of trouble on here.
You keep an eye on him, he doesn't come any closer. Yeah.
So at this point, this officer, I think is a sergeant actually, has asked the other officer to get the tape out and start cordoning it off so nobody can get closer to the incident in question. And I can see down there this person's actually over the railing, so it makes the situation a lot more sticky. But I do think the police are doing a brilliant job in this instance. They're not always like this. All the traffic's at a standstill, so that's another thing. there's not much more they can do but try and talk her around. But good on them at taping it up. I wonder if they're going to cordon off the bottom there and at the other side.
Hey, can I ask you to stand back a bit? We're just putting up a cordon now.
Okay, yeah.
It's going to be to this pole here. Thank you.
I can't fault the police officer. He's not been abusive in any way. But yeah, this can be a regular occurrence on the bridges, on the A50. I realise a woman may be in distress, but not trying to cause her any further distress, any upset. Just documenting what actually goes on here. Ah, see, he didn't cordon off that part, so... Guys, I'm going to call it there.
So I've let the last bit play out. I'm just going to start doing that a bit more, as this to me was a perfect interaction with a photographer or a reporter or an auditor, whatever you want to call him, and the police. I think the police in this situation did absolutely amazing, especially with the situation what was going on. They didn't get aggressive or authoritative or anything like that. It was nice, polite and courteous, so the situation didn't get out of hand. But let us know what you thought of this interaction in the comments down below. As always, like the video, it does open YouTube's algorithm, and I'll catch you on the next one.